Well, Helene wiped out dozens of businesses in Asheville alone. And for the owners who still have a structure, they're wondering how they'll be able to sustain the next few months. Fox County's Margaret-Ann Carter spoke with the owner of the Times Bar in downtown Asheville about the city's long road ahead.
There's a lot of bars around there as well who I'm sure, rely on tourism for their livelihood, and that includes you. So if you will just kind of detail a little bit about how this is going to impact you and those around you.
Uh, Man, we're trying to figure that out now. I mean, right now, I don't even know what day is it. Wednesday, Thursday today? What day is
Thursday.
it? Thursday. Yeah, the last week has just been trying to get stuff to people. Downtown Asheville, where my bar is fine. No water, but we have power. We haven't even started to think about the long term, ramifications yet. But they're saying, it could be a month before we have running water in a major tourism city. And the real fear, I think, for a lot of the workers here is that if this goes on really long, then by the time we're back on our feet, it's January, which is just a very slow time of year here. But yeah, I mean, we're just still trying to, I have a lot of friends who've lost their bars and lost their restaurants completely. We've been kind of using my bar here as just a little base camp. I'm staying here now. I live here now. My apartment is gone.
So for the places and the bars and, all the places of business that were wiped out, they're gone. But essentially, it's almost as if the people are not around in Asheville and the other bars are not around and there's no water or anything. Your bar and the other bars downtown that did survive this are kind of gone as well, at least for the next few months.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know anything yet, but we'll be closed. I mean, we're hoping maybe by Christmas, we can get open, but certainly for the next at least 2 months, we'll be out of commission. And we don't know how many people are even going to be here in our industry when this is done, right? Half of them lost their jobs because the bars and restaurants are gone. The other ones can't be open for months. And, if you're a bartender that can do it, then they'll go other places or, other states or cities and try to find work. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a completely different landscape. So, the real hope is that enough of the bars and restaurants that made it downtown can survive economically long enough that we have places for industry kids to work whenever at some point we end up with running water again. The thing that we are going to need absolutely the most after we get through this initial push is people to come here and visit and spend money. And I mean, you're going to have an entire town full of people that will give you the best service, the best food, the best drinks, because we need the help desperately. So I'm just trying to kind of get those things lined up, because when FEMA's gone and World Central Kitchen is gone and all of this, all the government agencies are gone, we're still going to have a long road.
I want to talk a little bit just about the video that you recorded. It's gone viral now.
Wild.
Millions of views.
Yeah.
When you were sitting there watching that, what's going through your head?
I really wish I wasn't standing in this window right now. No, we're on the third story, right on the Swananoa River. And I've seen, since I've lived there, I've lived in that spot about 4 years now, and I've seen the river flood a couple times, and it's no big deal. Oh, I got to go around the other way, around the block to get out. This was, unbelievable. 25 plus feet of water. The apartment complex I live in is a pretty good size. So the idea there, we were trying to get out of the first floor out into the parking lot, but the water was so high you couldn't get the doors open. So we were kind of stuck in there anyway. So we just went back up. I was with my sister and her boyfriend were with us or with me. And yeah, we were taking videos and taking snaps all afternoon, wow, this is kind of crazy. And then it overwhelmed the dams and it raised real quick. And it was just, it was wild. At first it was like gas cans and propane tanks, and then it was shipping containers, and then it was buildings, and you could see them coming down the river. That building missed my spot by, I don't know, 6 feet maybe, then just split right in half. The sound was insane. It was all gas lines breaking and hissing, and